Hey you, it's Evie, back in Gracie's room again. As you guys know, with everything that's going on right now. Kiddos are at home. I really hope you guys are doing well. Told the kids I'm gonna go talk to my friends and hopefully we have just a few minutes of peace and quiet. I had asked you guys if you wanted a video on what is considered really essential or symptoms of fibro that are often dismissed. I think like all of you said that, which I don't blame you because let's be real, we're all sick of hearing this virus crap. So while you guys listen, I want you to comment down below and share because we all have some kind of story, right? You know, honestly, I'm not surprised that fibro is dismissed. Nobody wants to be diagnosed with fibro because we know there's not enough answers. There's more questions than there are answers. A diagnosis that could have up to 200 plus symptoms. It does sound crazy, but it's when you're living it, you feel like you're crazy until you finally get that diagnosis that yes, there is something going on. Everybody has a different severity. You have people that can take ibuprofen and live a normal life, or you have those that have to go through trial and error through tremendous different amount of medications, and at the first place you'd never wanted to try medication. That was kind of my boat, and I know there's many of you out there. I've talked to so many of you. I know a lot of your stories. I know a lot more would really find it comforting to hear from others. So if you don't mind, I'd love for you to share a bit of it down below. Okay, now I have my laptop here. I want to share what all these other spoonies have said from the Mighty. I don't know if you guys have heard it. It's a very popular website. It has so many different people that write blogs, which is they write sections in here of their own personal stories. I really like to read them. I think they're great. So credit to the Mighty. All these comments are from several different people that have fibromyalgia, okay? And you guys know that they claim that doctors believe in fibro today, which I think is a bunch of crap because still, I talk to so many of you where you have a problem with a doctor not believing in it. So if you have that issue, I have more videos about that if you've missed it. All right, so let's just jump on in, you guys. Number 1, burning pains. Being sensitive to side effects of medications, fatigue. Then again, most doctors shrug off fibro symptoms as no big deal. Finger quotes, shrugs shoulders. Isn't that the truth? It's like you wish your doctor could feel what you felt. 2, brain fog. I literally forgot how to hold my fork while eating out, and I had a neurologist appointment 30 minutes later. They literally shrugged it off. I tried to hold it 3 times. I almost burst into tears. I get so embarrassed by my brain fog, and it was my biggest indicator I had fibromyalgia. Yeah, I've shared some fibro fog videos, and it's very frustrating. So frustrating. I've shared with you guys, but for the newbies that don't know, I'll be driving somewhere and then just for a minute I totally forget where I'm driving, where I'm at, where I'm going. There's times I forgot how to turn the headlights on. I mean, just really goofy stuff. Stuff that doesn't make sense. And that's where some people tend to freak out. Hey, is this Alzheimer's? Because you just don't know. 3, the pain. I went through 14 years of life just assuming that everyone else was in extreme pain all the time. I just blamed it on sensitive skin and didn't tell anyone. Then my mom took me to her rheumatologist because of my hives, and it turned out that I was sick. And that's something. So she obviously was pretty young. So many people think it's only women diagnosed that are middle-aged and they're white, and that's so not true. There's plenty of black men that have it, of all different races. Young. I was 18 when I finally went and seen a doctor, and the doctor didn't understand what I meant when I said every morning when I wake up and put my feet on the floor, it felt like I was stepping right into broken glass. He says, well, what do you mean? Anyways, I've always bruised easily. Even at one point had doctors asking my mother how I came by them, if you see what I mean. Then there's the hangover style headaches, which of course weren't migraines, so I was making those up. I think the best was the acid reflux I had as a kid. The hospital told my mom to buy her a computer. She must be bored and needs something to occupy her mind. Wow, unbelievable. It's always feeling like I'm coming down with something, stiff neck, sore throat, but wouldn't turn into anything. Isn't that true? I really believe that. It's like fibromyalgia is like having the flu, but you're not always puking. It's weird. Balance problems. It's not an exclusive fibro symptom, as definitely not a defining one, but I later found out that I can definitely be linked to fibro. I never even saw a doctor for it because most of my family, friends, and even I just thought I was really clumsy. See, now I was told with the clumsiness and how off balance I am, like literally walking in the walls, was because of my ears, all the ear surgeries. Which that would make sense. I have random spasms in my neck which cause my head to rapidly turn to the right. I went to a neurologist and he told me to go see my shrink and up my dose of SSRIs. My mental health condition and my physical health condition were invalidated in one appointment. Wow. I should add this to that video you guys I made, stupid things your doctors say. Remember that one? People lightly tapping me, it felt like I got punched. Oh, I didn't even hit you that hard, was something I heard quite a bit. Yeah, I can hear that, Lisa. 11, my growing pains weren't really growing pains. Remember hearing that as a kid? I think I even did a video on that, growing pains and fibromyalgia. That was an interesting one. Being exhausted, growing up and being grown up are hard enough. You miss a lot of needing that extra sleep, but I, for one, can't skip it. It is easily perceived as lazy, but without it, I deteriorate quickly and other symptoms become more prominent. Yeah, for sure. If you don't, it's like all of a sudden your body, I call it a mild flare. You can't get enough sleep. And you think you could kind of get that mixed up with depression, but it's like your body warning you, hey, you need to crash, you need to sleep. Otherwise, you got some major hell to pay. Anybody else agree or notice that? 13, back and leg pain. I was blamed on surgeries, but it would never go away, so I demanded to be tested for other things. 5 years later, and it's never gone away and never will. I also remember having growing pains a lot as a child. I think I've had it my whole life. Inability to regulate my body temperature, from intense hot flashes to freezing feet, from limited circulation. It's just hormones. Yeah. Which it could be from hormones, yeah, but you know, it's like this, these doctors should test you better. Let's find out if it's your hormones. Maybe they're out of whack. Let's find out if it's this. I think a lot of the problems are from the doctors is that they don't see a serious issue. So they don't do further testing. Or they have assumption in their mind because they go off of in general population, but you can't always do that. Some of these bodies are so freaking complicated that looks can be deceiving, you know? Even sometimes your blood work. 15, chronic pain and fatigue, and when all my tests came out normal, the doc told me that it's all in my head and the pain is psychosomatic. How many comments is that we've heard? 4? 5 from crappy doctors? The diagnosis of fibro itself is not taken serious. Brain fog, that's just old age. Pain, old age. Migraine type headaches, stress. Burning limb pain, you don't really have that. Fatigue, laziness. Fibromyalgia, not real. You just want attention. I was told for almost 10 years that my pain was caused by my weight. I've heard this from some of you guys too. So I lost a lot of weight and was in worse pain afterwards. I was finally diagnosed less than a year ago. I thought things would get better. That's sad. Don't get me wrong. All this extra weight, you know, I'm sure it doesn't help. What do they say? Every 10 pounds is another 5 pounds of pressure on your knees or something like that. I don't know. Don't take my word for it. You know what? Yeah. I'm for sure you feel better when you lose weight, but when you got an actual chronic pain illness, it's still going to be there. It wasn't the weight that was necessarily all the issues, it was the illness. I was told for almost 10 years that my pain was caused by my weight, so I lost the fatigue. One doctor told me I was just out of shape. Others blamed my thyroid, and I even had a sleep study done where it was determined I only stopped breathing 20 times an hour, so I didn't qualify for any other treatments. What? 20 times an hour? Wouldn't it be bad just to stop once for the whole night? Alright, anyways, 20 times an hour. So I didn't qualify for any treatments. It wasn't until 2.5 years later that the fatigue was finally determined to be caused by fibro. Unbelievable. For any of you that are still trying to find that doctor, or you're still trying to get a diagnosis, please, 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 please don't give up, because once you finally do find that good doctor, it's so worth it. And for those of you that have followed my journey, you know it took me quite a while to finally find my doctor. It took terrible doctors ripping medication away, getting pregnant, and the symptoms really worsening for me to find that good doctor when I was so desperate. First thing you do is please refer me to a rheumatologist that believes in fibromyalgia and other chronic invisible illnesses. Always always say that. And I know sometimes it's hard to speak up, but you have to. When you do finally see that doctor, because you know, sometimes the communication sucks. So you have to say, first time meeting your doctor, hi, I want to know, do you believe in chronic invisible illnesses, like such as fibromyalgia, and tons more that follows? Because if not, I don't want to waste my time with a doctor that doesn't believe in me. Just keep going until you find that right one. Okay, so you don't want a doctor that says, yes, you have this, 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 and that, and you have this and the other thing, because so many illnesses mimic one another. We do sometimes have doctors that will diagnose you just so they could get 10, 11, 12 prescriptions on you each day. So it's so hard. You got to find that happy medium, you know? Obviously, less medication, the better, but some of us do need it. Like my doctor would tell me, sometimes feeling when I didn't want to take medication at all, she told me, Effie, feeling that pain, that kind of heavy pain all the time is doing more damage on your body than not taking something that even helps a little bit. So I hope that makes sense, you guys. I hope you're doing all right. If not, hang in there. I hope all you guys are staying healthy. Be careful, and I'll be thinking of you. Make sure you comment down below. Share some of the crap with me and others, because I know others would like to hear it too. I know things are kind of lonely and scary right now. Don't forget, I'm still calling out to my spoonies, so if you don't have anyone to talk to, or you need a pair of ears that's just willing to listen, I gotcha. Make sure you hit me up on Instagram or the Facebook page group. I'll be glad to give you a jingle and you can yak my ear off. All right, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.